Yo, fishing squad. Welcome back to Fishing 24 Hours, your go-to Channel 4 epic fishing adventures, pro tips, and stories that get your heart racing. Today, we're diving into the ultimate guide to night fishing, where the darkness hides big fish, but without the right techniques. We'll be sitting till dawn with an empty bucket. From picking the perfect rod, bait, and lights, to spotting fish bites in low light. Plus safety tips to keep you out of trouble. This video will light up your night fishing game and turn America's rivers and lakes into your big fish playground.
Ow.
Grab an ice-cold soda, chill out, and let's jump into this nighttime fishing quest under the starry U.S. skies. It all kicked off one late night on the Mississippi River in Louisiana, where the water flowed dark and slow, cypress trees looming in the moonlight, and not a streetlight in sight. The catfish and bass were out hunting, but my crew and I were casting blind. Our floats dead still, unsure if fish were biting or just the breeze. I was about to pack it in when my buddy Jake, our group's trick tester who's always got a new hack, grinned and said, "Yo, a night fishing needs long rods, stinky baits, soft green lights, and super sensitive floats to catch those bites. Try it." I switched to a 15-foot rod, fishy worm bait, a dim green LED, and a high-sensitivity float set to balance 7, fish 3. In under 8 minutes, my float twitched hard, and I reeled in a 5-pound catfish, thrashing like a beast in the Mississippi's murky water. The crew went wild, hollering under the stars. That night, I hooked more big fish, my bucket heavy, grinning like a kid. That's when it hit me. Night fishing with the right techniques is a total game changer. This video will spill all the secrets to nailing night fishing. From why nighttime is prime time, to picking rods, baits, lights, and spotting bites in the dark, plus safety tips to keep your trip smooth. I'll share 2 epic stories from the Mississippi River and Guntersville Lake to fire you up, along with real-world tricks, beginner advice, safety notes to help you dominate the night bite. These tips work across America's waterways, from Louisiana's mighty Mississippi to Alabama's sprawling Guntersville Lake. For carp, bass, bluegill, and catfish. Let's dive in. Night fishing is thrilling because big fish hunt hard after dark, less spooky and gather under lights. But in low light, fish rely on smell and vibration, so your rod, bait, and lighting need to be on point to draw them in and spot bites. In rivers and lakes like the Mississippi or Guntersville, nighttime is when catfish and bass go wild. But cast wrong and they'll slip away. The secret is a long rod, smelly bait, soft lights, and sensitive floats to turn the dark into a fish-catching paradise. I've fished countless nights, and these techniques keep the big ones coming. Picking the right rod is step 1. Go for a 13 to 16-foot rod, medium action, suited for big fish from 4 to 10 pounds. A 15-foot rod is perfect for open spaces like the Mississippi, light but strong for battling big fish. Soft, and you'll struggle to control heavy fish. Too stiff, and you'll miss subtle bites. I use a 15-foot rod for easy handling in the dark. Your reel should be a 3000 to 4000 series. Lightweight with smooth drag for quick reactions when fish hit hard. A 3500 reel balances power and ease, handling a 7-pound catfish without wearing you out. Check the drag before each trip to avoid jams in low light. Line choice matters. Use a main line of 0.30 to 0.35 millimeters, strong enough for big fish. The leader should be thinner, 0.25 to 0.30 millimeters, to stay invisible. On the Mississippi, a 0.28 millimeters leader kept hooks hidden, boosting bites. Check lines for where to avoid breaks in the dark. Floats for night fishing need to be sensitive, 3 to 4 grams, with bright red or yellow tips visible under light. Long, slim floats, 6 to 8 inches, are ideal for spotting light nibbles. Set to balance 7, fish 3, cast to the bottom, 6 to 8 inches deep. At Guntersville, a 3.5-gram red float caught big fish bites clearly. Weights should be 3 to 4 grams, teardrop-shaped, to hold bait at the bottom without sinking the float too deep. To light and bait drifts. It's too heavy and it looks unnatural, spooking fish. Hooks need to be sharp, size 5 to 8, fitting carp and bluegill mouths. Size 6 hooks are ideal for 4 to 6 pound fish. Check sharpness to prevent fish escaping. On the Mississippi, Size 6 hooks with smelly bait hooked catfish consistently. Night fishing baits need strong smells to pull fish from afar. Natural baits, worms, shrimp, chopped minnows, or clams. Worms 2 to 3 inches, hook on size 6 hooks, cast to the bottom 6 to 8 inches. Shrimp 1 to 2 inches, hook through the back, cast mid-water 20 to 40 inches. Artificial bets, fishy scented pellets, mixed with lake water, fish oil, or sour yogurt. Formed into 0.2-inch balls for size 6 to 8 hooks. Swap baits every 10 to 15 minutes to keep the scent strong. At Guntersville, fishy worms or oil-soaked pellets had catfish biting hard. Mixing smelly bait. Blend 1 part cornmeal, 1 part toasted wheat flour, half a part soybean meal, a tablespoon of fish oil, a tablespoon of sour yogurt, and lake water until sticky. Form tight balls. Test to hold in water for 10 minutes. Store in a sealed, cool container away from sun to prevent souring. Swap baits often, especially in warm nights when scents fade fast. Lighting is critical. Use a soft LED, green or yellow, 5 to 10 watts, set low, 8 to 12 inches above water, angled at 45 degrees to attract insects, which draw small fish, then big ones. Avoid bright white lights, they scare fish. On the Mississippi, a dim green lead near the bank brought catfish in 7 minutes. Place lights behind you to avoid casting shadows. Use a backup battery to keep lights on. If using a flashlight, pulse it, don't shine steadily. Watch for insects gathering small fish follow, then big fish. Spotting bites in low light is key. Use floats with glowing or reflective tips, red or green, visible under light. Big fish bite slowly, sinking the float steadily or fully. Small fish nibble fast, twitching the float. Wait for a full sink or strong pull, then set lightly to avoid unhooking. At Guntersville, I mistook small fish twitches for big ones, setting too soon and losing fish, so watch closely. Setting technique. When big fish bite, set firmly. Keep the rod at 45 degrees, reel steadily. For big fish, keep the line tight. Angle the rod to tire them out, avoiding hard pulls. On the Mississippi, I fought a 6-pound catfish for 10 minutes by keeping the line steady. Night fishing needs flexibility. Watch other anglers if they're hooking big fish. Ask about their setup. At Guntersville, I saw a guy using a 3-gram red float, copied it, and landed fish fast. Swap baits if fish don't bite. Worms for carp, shrimp for bass, fish meal for catfish. Stay quiet, avoid splashing. Look for bubbles or fish wakes to pick spots. If your float's still, switch baits or chum heavier. On the Mississippi, fishy chum kept catfish coming. One pitch black night on the Mississippi River, with cypress trees looming and a soft breeze, catfish were prowling. My buddies cast wrong, their floats dead. I picked a bank with overhanging branches, spread fishy chum, cast worm bait with a dim green LED, and a 3.5-gram red float. In 8 minutes, the float sank, and I reeled in a 5-pound catfish, thrashing hard. The crew shouted, "That's the way." I hooked more big fish, my bucket heavy, a Louisiana memory for the ages. Another time, deep night at Guntersville Lake, with murky water and crickets chirping, bluegill were active. My friends used bright lights, no bites. I chose a quiet bank, set a soft green LED, cast shrimp bait with a 3-gram red float. It sank in 7 minutes, and I pulled up a 4-pound bluegill, gleaming under the light. The gang cheered. Night fishing's unreal. I added more big fish, feeling like the king of the lake. New to night fishing? Start with a 15-foot rod, fishy worm bait, a soft green LED, and cast to the bottom, 6 to 8 inches for carp, or shrimp, mid-water, 20 to 40 inches for bluegill. Note where and when fish bite, like catfish at 2 a.m. If your float's still, switch baits or adjust lights. Fish from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Stay quiet. These skills build patience and land big fish. Safety first. Wear a jacket and bug spray at Guntersville. On the Mississippi, use a life jacket near currents. Keep noise low. Avoid shadows. Set lights behind you. Store bait in a cool, sealed container. Prep is everything. Check sunset times via apps for prime windows. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Pack baits worms, yes, shrimp, fishy pellets. Store in a cool container. Bring a 15-foot rod, 3,500 reel, 0.30 millimeters line, size 5 to 8 hooks, 3 to 4 gram weights, 3 to 4 gram red floats. A green LED backup battery, life jacket, bug spray, and a chair. Watch for bubbles or wakes. If no bites in 15 minutes, move or refresh bait. Level up by mastering bite detection, twitching the rod, or adding fish oil to bait. Fish multiple nights, picking spots by wakes. Use fresh worms or fishy pellets. In crowded spots, find a quiet corner. These tricks make you a night fishing pro. Night fishing is an art for you, master. Long rods, smelly baits, soft lights, and sharp bite detection make fish yours. Every cast in the right spot, with fish swarming under moonlight, feels like a true adventure. When your float sinks, heart pounding, rod grip tight, that's the angler's moment. Rookie or pro, these tips make you the boss of the night bite. That's a wrap, squad. We've cracked the night fishing code from gear to technique. Hope you're pumped to test it. Smash like, share with your fishing crew, and subscribe to Fishing 24 Hours for more epic guides. Got a wild night fishing story? Drop it in the comments, I'm dying to hear. Tight lines, monster catches. See you on the next adventure.